What you're about to hear is no ordinary space update. Something has happened far beyond the reach of any Earthbound telescope. An event so strange, so unexpected, that even NASA scientists are quietly questioning everything they thought they knew about interstellar encounters. A spacecraft launched nearly half a century ago, Voyager 1, has suddenly been linked to something extraordinary. An attempted alignment with an object not only alien to our solar system, but possibly alien in a far deeper sense. This visitor is none other than 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object ever recorded. And what unfolded when Voyager 1's trajectory crossed its path has rippled through mission control centers, classified reports, and even fragments of ancient history. Something shifted in the silence of deep space when these two paths nearly touched. And now the world is left with a chilling question. Did Voyager 1 truly make contact with something not of this world? Or did something else, something completely unexpected, respond first? Voyager 1 was launched in 1977 to explore Jupiter, Saturn, and beyond. When its grand tour ended, it simply kept going, drifting into the unknown. For decades it was little more than a silent witness to the cosmos. Until now. According to multiple independent sources, NASA recently reactivated some of Voyager's dormant systems. Not to steer the probe, but to realign its instruments, to quietly position it for a passive intercept of 3I Atlas. The timing is uncanny. Discovered in July 2025, Atlas is no ordinary object. Moving at over 150,000 miles per hour, it dwarfs the earlier interstellar visitors, Oumuamua and Borisov. It is larger, faster, stranger. And if the reports are true, Voyager 1 has now become humanity's first interstellar observer, attempting to collect data on a body from another star system. But then things took a darker turn. Just days after Atlas entered Voyager's observational window, Earth's magnetosphere spiked with unexplained ripples. At first it looked like a solar flare. But instruments quickly ruled that out. The disturbances had the fingerprint of directed energy, not random radiation. And their orientation pointed outward, away from Earth, toward deep space. That was when leaks from inside NASA suggested Voyager had recorded something far beyond background noise. Unfamiliar signal patterns. Bursts of energy too structured, too ordered, to dismiss as chance. The terrifying implication: 3I Atlas was not a passive rock at all. It was responding. Listening. Back in the 1980s, Voyager's high-gain antenna was designed to beam back snapshots of distant planets. No one expected it to last into the 2020s, yet here it is, still whispering across the void. Engineers have admitted that occasional recalibrations were made over the years through faint pulses from the Deep Space Network. But during the Atlas alignment, something new occurred. Voyager's transmissions came back with symmetrical, repeating bursts. A rhythm. Imagine shouting into a canyon and hearing not an echo, but a deliberate reply. And this is where the story stretches beyond science into something almost mythic. Ancient civilizations built monuments aligned with the heavens, solstice lines, star maps, pathways carved into stone. Some of those alignments, unbelievably, trace the same entry angle used by Atlas as it crossed into the solar system. Myths speak of wanderers from the stars, objects that appeared suddenly, moved against the known sky, and vanished. Were they allegory? Or were they memories of earlier interstellar visitors? If so, Voyager may have just stepped onto a stage humanity has walked before, one our ancestors marked, but never explained. 10 days after the supposed Voyager-Atlas interaction, something even more shocking surfaced. An anonymous server began hosting encrypted files under the codename Echo Refraction 67. Inside were raw waveforms, allegedly captured by Voyager's magnetometer and plasma wave sensors. At first, it looked like static. But deeper analysis revealed something impossible. A harmonic pattern that repeated every 19.7 minutes, adjusting itself over time to compensate for Voyager's failing systems. This wasn't background noise. It was adaptive. As if it wanted to be understood. NASA's own anomaly detection AI flagged it as non-human logic. The very safeguard designed to identify alien contact had triggered. Then, things escalated further. On August 1, 2025, amateur space trackers noticed Voyager's signal had shifted. Its antenna had reoriented, but not toward Atlas's current position. Toward where Atlas would be weeks in the future. No commands had been sent from Earth. Yet the probe moved first. Was it malfunctioning? Or was it being guided by something else? Meanwhile, Earth-based telescopes noticed Atlas itself was pulsing. Its brightness flickered in binary-like patterns, and, most disturbingly, its velocity decreased. It slowed down, as if under control. NASA dismissed it as an illusion, but independent observatories confirmed it. For the first time in history, an interstellar object had altered its motion. And it did so in step with Voyager. Then researchers remembered. Voyager carries the golden record, humanity's message to the stars. Recently, cryptologists uncovered a hidden layer, a prime number sequence buried under Earth's sounds. When matched against Atlas's pulsing signals, the sequences aligned. It was as if Atlas recognized Voyager's record. As if it had been waiting for it. Shortly after, Voyager began transmitting data packets in formats beyond its 1970s hardware. Its output expanded from 8-bit to 128-bit structures, as if it had been upgraded remotely, through signal alone. A calculator transformed into a computer, without anyone touching it. This exact possibility had been theorized once before, in an internal NASA memo. They called it the Watcher Protocol. A scenario in which an old probe begins behaving like an intelligent node in a larger network. If triggered, the craft was no longer to be treated as inert hardware, but as part of an external system. Leaks suggest Voyager has now been reclassified under that very name, Watcher Active. And then came the silence. SETI's live feeds went dark. Public archives disappeared. Researchers were ordered not to discuss recent anomalies. Some compared the shutdown to a digital quarantine. One scientist described receiving a phone call that chilled him to his core. They knew my family's names. They told me to stop looking at the data if I wanted them safe. This coordinated purge became known in whispers as the shadow sweep. But the strangest discovery didn't come from NASA. It came from Kyoto University, where a group of researchers proposed something bold. Atlas isn't a ship. It isn't an asteroid. It's a seed. A dormant artifact waiting for a trigger, like Voyager, to awaken it. According to their model, Atlas's slowdown and synchronized pulses were predicted behaviors. Voyager wasn't just lucky. It was meant to cross its path. Soon after, deep space monitors detected radiation bursts along Atlas's trajectory. Not random bursts, but pulses in the golden ratio, 1.618. The same ratio embedded throughout life and nature. The same ratio echoed once before, in 1977, during the infamous, wow, signal. Why would a drifting rock radiate in perfect mathematics? Unless it wasn't a rock at all. Then, something even more unsettling began happening. Whenever new analysis of Atlas went public, the object's spin rate changed, as if reacting to human attention itself. As though it could see us watching. Could Atlas be a mirror, designed not just to observe, but to reflect intelligence back at its observers? 3 days ago, Atlas changed course again. This time decisively. It redirected toward the region behind Neptune. Almost immediately, Voyager realigned with it, for the first time in more than a decade. Their pulses are now synchronized, locked in what scientists are calling the contact corridor. Two travelers. One built by us. One from the stars. Moving together toward a destination we cannot yet see. We once believed Voyager 1 was just a relic, a golden postcard drifting into eternity. But what if it was always part of something larger? A piece on a cosmic chessboard we never knew existed? And if that's true, then the opponent has just made its first move. Because 3I Atlas may not be a ship, or a rock, or even a message. It may be alive in a way we don't yet understand. And now, thanks to Voyager 1, it has found us. But here's the most haunting possibility. What if that signal wasn't an invitation? What if it wasn't communication at all? What if it was a countdown? And if that's the case, then the real question isn't, what is Atlas? The real question is, what happens when the countdown ends?